Hello, I welcome you all to my English class. I'm Purnima and I am going to teach you the 100 dresses. Now, I told you, children, this is a wonderful story. This is a comment on the racial discrimination, okay, on the immigrant of Polish people in the United States. So, here the writer throw lights on how the racial discrimination were there in the USA, okay, when the Polish immigrant come and settle in their city. So now children, the 100 dresses, we are having two parts of 100 dresses in our chapter, and we are going to part 1. This is chapter number 5, Pure First Flight. Okay, now I told you about writer L. Bissor Easter. So she is the person who has written this thing. And children, her full name is Eleanor Estate. Eleanor Estate, because E.L. Besor Esther. So E.L. is for Eleanor Estate Bester Easter. Now she was born on 15th July 1906 and died in 1988. She was an American children story writer and a children librarian. Now children, her book Ginger Pyre won the newly medical medal. So she has written a book for the children, and she was a children librarian also. There she wrote her book, and the name of her book was Ginger Pyre. And children, it won the New Fry medal. So which medal it has won? New Fry medal. Eleanor based the story The 100 Dresses on her real life experience as a girl who received Peggy hand-me-down dresses. Now children, this story is real. Okay, Alena has shared that this story was real. Okay, and as the girl children to whom everybody was mocking, who was children targeted as for the racial discrimination, she had told her real life experience and who received children Peggy's had me down dresses. Okay, now she herself was not from a rich family, the writer, and she is sharing her experience in the form of Maddie here, what I feel. Okay, there are three main characteristics here. So one is Wanda Petroneski. This is a Polish name. Okay, one Wanda Petrowski is there, who is a immigrant from Poland. So, okay, so it's a bit peculiar name for us. Wanda Petroneski. Then we are having Peggy and Maddie. Then the class teacher, the teacher is there, but her role is very less, very nominal in this chapter. Okay, so we are all together. We are having how many characters we are having? We are having children, three main character. Now the theme of the story. The story The 100 Dresses is based on Eleanor's real life experience. Now children, the theme, this story is based on real life experience. It is the story of a girl who received Peggy hand-me-down dresses. She felt very guilty for not having defended the character Wanda in real life. She wrote the story in order to assure her guilt and to encourage others to stand against bullies. Now, I told you that there are three major Wanda, Petroneski and Peggy. They are the major character here. Now, let me give you some tips about these three character. Children, Peggy was an American girl and she was from a very rich family. Okay, no financial problem she had seen in her life. So, student, these three characters are here. Wanda Petroneski, she is a girl from a poor family, a very poor family, and she is from Poland. She is a Polish immigrant in USA. Okay, she lives in a very, what to say, in a slum area. She had got only one dress, a blue color dress that has also become faded. Okay, now Vanda joined the school, and here Peggy is always mocking. She is making fun of Vanda Petronovsky, and children, it conveys racial description. Okay, it conveys how a rich class is bullied, how a poor class people are bullied by a rich class people in the school and in the society. It throws lights upon the racial discrimination of the poor immigrants from the other country in the United States. So, student, it is one of the ill of the society which has an impact on the people. So this story is about a Polish girl. Polish means from Poland. Polish here means she is from Poland, and she is an immigrant in USA, and her name is Vanda Petronovsky. Okay, so I've discussed about Peggy, the three major character. The first major character here is Peggy. Peggy is a girl from a rich class, higher society. She belongs from a rich family, and she always makes fun of Vanda Petronovsky, who is a Polish immigrant. She has come and settled in the USA, and uh, Peggy is always mocking her. She is always bullying her, and she is always making fun of her. Now, let me tell you about the third character, Maddie. So, who was Maddie? Maddie, again, these three are classmates. They are studying in a class. Vanda is so much insulted that she preferred to sit at the back bench, where all the people who get lower marks, who get less marks, they sit. They don't pay attention in the studies, but she also has to go to sit there, though she is a very creative, very intelligent girl. Because children, she did not have a proper dress. She know people, all the girls will make fun of her. She was having her feet dirty because from the home, the way from the home to the school was very dirty. Her leg is full of dust. So she knew everybody will make fun of her. Okay, then children, Maddie is a character here. And children, here your writer. Okay, what is the name of your writer? Al Besor Easter. Actually, she is Maddie. This is the story based on her real life. Now, let me tell you something about Maddie. Maddie was the girl who was also poor. And children, Vanda has offered, well, no, Peggy has offered her some dress. Though she did not like Peggy, that because she always used to bully Vanda. She did not like Peggy. She did because she always used to bully Vanda, but she did not raised her voice against Peggy because Peggy has given her some nice old dresses to Maddie. So she thought if she will support Vanda Petronovsky, Peggy will insult her by telling that the dress which she is putting is given to her by Peggy only. Okay, that was the reason. Though she did not like, she was not the girl who used to insult other girl. Maddie was not the girl who used to mock Vanda. Maggie was not the girl who used to bully the girl from the poor family. But children, she kept quiet. Okay, because she has taken old dresses from Peggy. So this was the reason that she did not open her mouth against Peggy. And this character is, children, is the your writer itself, Albasor Easter. Okay, so children, later on life, she started feeling guilty that she had done wrong. Okay, she could not support a girl who was quite innocent. And children, just to she wrote this story in order to assuage her guilt and to encourage others to stand against bullying. Now, children, when she grew up, when she became a writer, now she was financially good. She don't have to borrow any dresses like the people from like Peggy. So she has just written this story, The 100 Dresses. Just she wanted two things to show. First of all, she told in this story that she had felt guilty at that time, but she could not protect her because she herself had taken dresses from Peggy. And secondly, children, she wrote this story that she could not raise her voice, but you will not. She told others, she encouraged others that they should raise the voice against those people who are being bullied in the school or in the society due to racial discrimination. Okay, so this was the basic theme of this story. Okay, now I would like to tell you some of the important point of the story. Okay, so the story start with Venda Petronaski in the school. Vendra Petronaski sat in the seat next to the last seat in the last row in row. No 13, only rough boys who did not get good marks sat there. It was this corner where there was most scuffing of feet. Scuffing means making noise through by dragging of the feet, and most roar of laughter when anything funny was said. It was also the corner where one could find most mud and dirt on the floor. Now, children, but Venda was very quiet. She was very lonely. Nobody wanted to talk to her because she was from a very poor family. Okay. And nobody knew why she chose to sit in the last row. Perhaps she came from a place, Boggin Height. Now, children, Boggin Height was a slum area. It was the place where poor immigrants lived. Her feet were usually covered with dry mud. Nobody really thought much about Venda when she was in the class. Today she was not in her seat, but no one noticed her absence. Now, Vanda Petronaski was an object of fun. Her schoolmate thought of Vanda only when she was outside. Otherwise, nobody took care of her in the class, only outside the school, because they waited for Vanda to mock her, to make fun of her, to insult her, to bully her. Okay, after 2 days, Peggy and Maddie noticed that Vanda was still not in the class. Peggy was the most popular girl in the school. She had pretty clothes and her hair was very curly, and she was the most popular girl of the school, and she wanted to gain other attention also to get popular. That's why she used to tease other girls who are not from a very well-to-do family. Funny name. Now, children, Vanda Petronaski was rather a very strange name for the other student in the class. The class was there in room number 13. They did not have names like that because they were mostly the people who had names like which was pronounced easily, like Thomas, Smith, or Allen. Vanda did not have any friends. She came to school alone and went home alone. She always wore a faded blue color dress. It was clean but never ironed properly. Now, children, Peggy always used to fun. Peggy was the only girl in the class who used to make fun every time she used to make fun of Vanda. Peggy would always try to make fun of Vanda in a most courteous manner. Not in a rude manner, but in a very polite manner, she used to make fun of Vanda Petronaski. She would ask, "How many dresses did you say you had hanging up on your closet?" Vanda would answer, 100. Then Peggy would ask in a teasing but polite manner, "All silk, I bet?" Vanda would reply that they were all silk and of all color. Now, children, Peggy, she used to make of her dress. So what she used to say to her? She used to say to her that, "Are your dresses is of silk?" Because silk was the most expensive cloth at that time. And Brenda used to tell, "Yes, my dresses are all of silk." Then before Venda had gone very far, all the girls would burst into shrieks and peals of laughter. The only dress Vanda wore was a blue color dress. What a story, they would say, meaning that she was telling a lie. They would again ask Vanda teasingly, "How many shoes?" Vanda replied, 60 pair. So, in this way, children, Vanda was the center of making fun for other students. Everybody used to laugh at her. So now, children, I was telling you about next point that Maddie was different from Peggy. Okay, and Peggy, she used to insult Vanda in a very polite manner, in a very courteous manner. Okay, and she used to tease related regarding her dresses, regarding her shoes. Okay, now Maddie was different from Peggy, though she was also in the team of those students who were really supporting Peggy in front of everybody. She was not favoring Venda at any cost. So, but later on she discussed, okay, Maddie is representing the writer. She is the girl who had this thing in her real life. She has faced all these things. This is a true story. So, Maddie was not like Peggy. She did not like, children, this business of asking Venda that how many dresses you are having, how many shoes you are having, how many hats she is having. Because children, Maddie was poor herself. She often wore old clothes, usually given by someone else. She felt embarrassed when Peggy questioned Vanda in a mocking, polite voice. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Vanda Petnowski. So, children, secretly in her heart, though she was with Peggy, but she did not like the way Peggy used to bully Vanda, the way Peggy used to mock Vanda, the way Peggy used to insult Vanda in front of everybody, and she did not have guts to tell this thing because she herself was from a poor family, children, and many clothes were given to her by Peggy also. But she wished that Peggy would stop teasing Vendra Petronowski. She pictured herself in the schoolyard, a new target for Peggy and the girl. Peggy might ask her where she got the dress that she had on. Maddie would have to say it was one of Peggy's old dresses that she was wearing. Now, children, she had this fear in her mind. Okay, actually, she had the fear in her mind because some of the dress which was put by Maddie, it was given to her by Venda Petronowski. Okay, it was given to her by Venda Petronowski. Some of the dresses of Peggy she was putting. And children, that was the reason. That was the reason Peggy was not this when Maddie was not able to tell Peggy not to tease Vanda. Otherwise, she could have asked in front of anybody that what old dress the which she was wearing is given to her by Peggy only. Well, children, time passed. Everybody make fun of Venda Patnowski. She was a quiet girl. She could not say anything because she was not having money. She was having only one blue color dress that was also faded. Okay, so Maddie began to wonder who was going to win the drawing and coloring contest. For girls, this contest consisted of designing dresses. Peggy was the favorite as she drew better than anyone else in the room. Everybody thought that Peggy would win the prize. The next day, when they entered the class, they found they were drawing all over the rooms. There must have been 100 of them. They were all lined up. Miss Mason announced the winner. She told them that one girl drew 100 designs, all different and in a very beautiful color. That girl is very creative, very intelligent, and she told that the girl is Venda Petronowski. She was the winner of the girls' medal. Venda had been absent for school for some days and was not there to receive the prize. Now Miss Mason, the teacher, asked the children to file around the room quietly and look at Vanda's beautiful drawing. Peggy and Maddie noticed that particularly two blue and a green dresses which Vanda used to talk about were also displayed there. Okay, so children, it was Vanda Petronowski who was the winner of the girls' medal, but unfortunately, Vanda was not present to hear the applause that was due to her. Okay, so children, now we will start reading our lesson. Open to page number, children, 63, and we can read the lesson. So children, the main one more thing before starting the lesson, you should understand the theme of the lesson. So here writer Basor Esther wanted to tell you that we should not do any type of discrimination, racial description, or on the basis of poverty. We should not discriminate any other person. Okay, and we should not do any type of children mocking or bullying to that person just because she is or he or she is poor. Okay, so now children, in the book in page number 65 3, it is written, before you read, some points are given, and let's see what are these points. So let's read it. How do we judge the people around us? By their money, wealth, and possession? Or is there something of more enduring value to look for in a person? The story is a sensitive account of how a poor young girl is judged by her classmates. Though she was very intelligent, but everybody used to laugh at her just because she was poor immigrant from Poland. Wanda Petronowski is a young Polish girl who goes to school with other American children in an American town. These other children see Vanda as different in many ways. Can you guess how they treat her? So as I told you just now about the background of the story, they treated her very unkindly, laughed at her, mocked at her, insulted her, okay, just because she was having only one dress and she belonged from a very poor family. Read the information in the box below. Find out more about this community for about a related topic from an encyclopedia or the internet. Now children, the writer, you should know that who is Polish immigrant. Okay, so something about the writer, about the Polish American community in the United States he has written. So let's read and know who were they. The first Polish immigrants arrived in America in 1608. So children, it is written in your book that in 1608, the first Polish immigrants, children, what is the meaning of immigrant? Who come from their country to settle in another country. But the largest wave of Polish immigrant occurred in the early 20th century when more than 1 million Polish people migrated to the United States. Now children, in the early 20th century, children, 1 million Polish people migrated to United States. What is the meaning of migrated? Leave from one place, go from one place to another place. The Polish state did not exist at that time, and the immigrants were identified according to their country of origin rather than to ethnicity. Now children, at that time Poland was not there, and many Polish people, somewhere from Germany, somewhere from Italy. So according to the country, this actually Polish is a particular community. At that time Poland was not there. Polish were particular community of people, and they were settled in many countries of the Europe. They were identified as Russian Poles. Poles are Polish people, German Poles, and Austrian Poles. One of the most notable Polish American communities is in Chicago and its suburbs. So Chicago is sometimes called the second largest Polish city in the world. Now children, many people have settled in the city of Chicago in America. So it is known as the second largest Polish city in the world, next only to Warsaw. the capital of Poland. Polish Americans were sometimes discriminated against in the United States, as were the Irish, Italian, and Jews. Now, children, these people, they were children discriminated in the United States, as Irish people, they used to be there discriminated, Italians were discriminated, Jews were discriminated. According to the United States 2000 census, 667,441 Americans of age 5 years and older reported Polish as the language spoken at home, which is about 1.4% of the people who speak language other than English, or 0.25% of the US population. So children, this is written in your book, and please go through it. Okay, so children, now I think we know much, the story is more clear, that who was Wanda Petronovsky, why she was being mocked, why she was being insulted. So children, she was insulted, she was bullied, because basically she was an immigrant of Poland from, she was a Polish immigrant, and she came to settle in Chicago in USA, and there the people were not able to cooperate with her, they were not able to digest with her. Okay, so now children, the story begins. Now the story is starting. Today, Monday, Wanda Petronovsky was not in her seat. Now children, today, Monday, now this writer is writing and she is telling today is Monday, and Wanda Petronovsky was not found in her seat. But nobody, not even Peggy and Madeline, the girls who started all the fun, noticed her absence. Now children, when she used to be in the class, these girls, they used to make fun of her. But now children, today, when she was absent in the class, nobody even bothered that she was not in the class. Nobody even paid attention that she was not in the class. And children, the girls who were, so children, even Peggy and Maddie, actually main children, the person who used to mock her was Peggy, and she was a rich girl, and Maddie used to support her. So even they did not even bother to know that why she is absent. Okay, so but nobody, not even Peggy and Madeline, the girls who started all the fun, noticed her absent. Usually Wanda sat in the seat next to the last seat in the last row in room. Now children, where she used to sit in the last seat in the last row in room 13. So children, their classroom number was room number 13. She sat in the corner of the room where the rough boys who did not make good marks sat. Now children, she herself chose that children place, and that was a place where the student, especially boys who did not get good marks, they used to sit there. The corner of the room where there was most scuffling of feet. And children, that was the place where people used to hear a lot of scuffling of feet. What is the meaning of scuffling of feet? Children, scuffling of feet means noise, dragging movements of the feet on the ground. Children, noise created by dragging movement of the feet on the ground. Okay, so most roar of laughter when anything funny was said, and most mud and dirt on the floor. And children, that was the place which was full of mud and dirt. Wanda did not sit there because she was rough and noisy. Now children, Wanda was not a very poor student. She did not sit there because she was a poor student, or she was very dirty student, or because she was a girl who used to make noise. In fact, she was quite children, she used to maintain silence in the class. She was a very quiet girl. On the contrary, she was very quiet and rarely said anything at all. So children, she used to live in discipline. She was very quiet girl, and she rarely said anything in the at all. And nobody had ever heard her laugh out loud. Even she, children, never used to laugh aloud in the class. Sometimes she twisted her mouth into a crooked sort of smile. Children, when she had to laugh, she used to smile. A very crooked smile can be seen. She twisted her mouth into a crooked sort of smile, and that was all. Nobody knew exactly why Venda sit in their seat. Till now, children, nobody was able to guess that why she sat in that seat, children, because Venda was not a person who used to make noise. She was not bad, poor in studies. Okay, and she was a very quiet girl. Then also nobody knew that why she Venda sat in the back seat, why she was a backbencher, unless it was because she came all the way from Boggin Heights. Now, one thing was clear, maybe she was sitting in that seat because she used to live in Boggin Heights. And children, Boggin Heights was a place where poor immigrants, poor Polish immigrants, they used to live. That means that was a place in a country where the poor people, in fact, the poor immigrants of Poland, they used to live there. And her feet were usually capped with dry mud because there was no, it was not a posh area, no road was there properly. So children, she has to what to say, she, her feet used to get dirty with dry mud. Maybe she want to hide those mud from other, that's why she was sitting there. But no one really thought much about Vendra Petronovsky. Only two or three people, they used to laugh at her, they used to make fun of her, they used to mock her, but nobody else used to take care of Venda Petronovsky. So children, because once she sat in the corner of the room, because children, she used to stay alone, she was not having many friends, and after the school she used to leave the class. Okay, so children, since the time is over, now rest of the story we will do in the other class. Okay, with this children, I conclude my chapter here. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye all of you. Bye bye.